Yeah, we were always told growing up we had to strive to be the best. Always strive for success, and second place is not an option. That's what we were told. So no matter what came up in my life, I got through it. That was my motivation. And now nothing can stop us. We will never lose, never fear, overcome all and persevere. We the best and we down to show it. Any place, anything, we will overthrow it.
One of the beautiful things about owning a motorcycle is the gas mileage you get. All these cars out here saying, ooh, I get 40 miles to the gallon and I am recycling science and the sunshine and blah, 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 blah. First of all, that's awesome that you're doing that. Now, if you drive a Prius, you have no right to sit there and go, oh, it's amazing that I do this. Because no one really cares. The Prius is a thing of the past. There's so many better cars besides the Prius right now that it's kind of crazy. When the Prius first came out, everyone's like, oh my god, the Prius is amazing. And now it's like, it's a Prius. The hell does it matter? So, it's kind of interesting how we've changed. But anyways, motorcycles and how they've become, like, well, they haven't become, they've always really been, like, the most eco-friendly form of transportation. I get typically 40 miles to the gallon on this, and this is from 1995 when gas mileage wasn't even a thing to worry about. You have cars where it has your average fuel consumption, your current fuel consumption, how many miles it is until you're empty, like, and that's just natural. That's what you expect to see in a car pretty much from like 2012 and on, because people were doing that. I mean, there's cars from the early 2000s that have that. Typically, they're more of the fancy cars. Not all of them were. Some of them were just trying to be super fancy and super ahead of its time. Like the good old Grand Marquis from like 2002 that my mother-in-law has. The big boat. And it has all those bells and whistles. I'm not saying it's eco-friendly. I don't know what she gets to the gallon, but it's got a gigantic tank and it can certainly hold its drink for a few hundred miles. Yes, I fill up more often. I typically don't let my tank go for more than 150 miles, simply because I don't feel like getting stranded. I did it once because I forgot to reset it, and it read 120 and I was actually at like 180. And I do have a reserve tank. I don't like flipping over to the reserve tank. I don't know. It's just me. I feel like I'm gonna end up like Richard Hammond, where he flipped over to the reserve tank, then forgot to put it back, and ended up ruining his petcock and losing a race and all that fun stuff. If you ride a motorcycle and you keep track of your mileage like I do, because obviously I want to keep track of it for tax purposes, you guys kind of can understand where I'm coming from on this. You kind of get, wow, 40 miles to the gallon. My SUV right now, my Jeep Compass gets about 23 on average, I think. My Ford Explorer got, I think it was on average about 19-20 miles per gallon, and that was what it should be. My wife's car, Chevy Equinox, it's right around the same. One thing that I find really interesting about motorcyclists is even with how eco-friendly and natural and amazing of a ride that a motorcycle gives you. Like, there's no other vehicle that I've ever driven that's like a motorcycle. And I've driven a Lamborghini. So I'm comparing a 1995 motorcycle, wow. So I'm comparing a 1995 motorcycle by Yamaha to a Lamborghini Aventador. Yeah, I'm making that comparison right now. And this is probably the fastest and most powerful bike that I've ever ridden. So I'm not even saying, without a fraction of a doubt, that this is actually more exciting of a ride than a Lamborghini. It might not feel like it, and it might not look like it. But all of that is, all of what I just said is building up to what I'm about to say. There is nothing like a motorcycle. It's that simple. So, yes, Yamaha versus Lamborghini, Yamaha versus supercars. You can say, well, the Lamborghini Aventador isn't actually a great supercar, so you need to go drive a few more supercars. When you're driving a Lamborghini, you're not one with the road. You're not. It's that simple. You're still in a cage. And yes, don't let me undersell the Lambo. It is the best car I ever drove, I've ever driven, and nothing that I can think of can top it. Hell, that's why I went to Vegas and paid $500 to do laps. That's why I did it, because there's nothing like it. There's nothing that can compare to the beauty of a Lambo. There's nothing that can compare to the amazingness of a Lambo. But with all that being said, even though it was fast, I got it up to like $140 on a road track, and I wish I could have had a few more laps because I feel like I could have shaved off my time. I had never raced on a track before. That was the very first time I ever raced on a track, and I had a blast. And the guy who taught me, who was like sitting there next to me, telling me when to shift, when to do this, when to do that. We never got out of like third or fourth. I don't even think I got up to fourth gear, in all honesty. I think I was in second and third for the whole time, simply because of it's a road course. You're not going to get up there. And as I was sitting there like talking to him, he's like, wow, you did really phenomenal. And I said to him, I was like, the whole reason that I did that is because my mom said, this is a birthday gift, and this is a $500 birthday gift. Do not go out there and drive like a sissy. You better put that pedal to the floor for all 5 laps. And he looks at me and goes, fucking A right you do. And so, I mean, seriously, nothing ever really will compare to driving that Lambo. But if I had to compare it to something, if I had to say, you know, there's something in my life that truly felt like I would rather drive this than this, it's a motorcycle. In all honesty, it truly, truly is. And it only comes down to the fact that these are so much fun to ride. That it is so open, that you are one with everything around you. You see a lot more, you enjoy it a lot more, you have fun with it more. It's beautiful. It really, truly is. And anyone who goes and tells you different, who sits there and says, no, motorcycles suck, something's happened. And I'm going to say that right off the bat. Something's happened that's ruined their conception of motorcycles. Even if they've never ridden one before, there's people who say they suck, all because of what they hear on the news. Even if they have ridden one, something either happened to them or someone near close to them, and they've like sworn them off for good. So do what you need to do, but personally, I say that Motorcycles are the most fun to ride, the most interesting to be on, and in all honesty, they're the safest when it comes to distracted driving. Can't be texting and riding a motorcycle. You can. It's very, very difficult.